Headlines
ウォール
1987.
街道で黒の月曜日
Les importants événements
Die
internationaux
Schlagzeilen
de
des Jahres
1987.
1987.
1987.
19-jähriger Deutscher
Rusk
landet mit
penetrates Soviet
Sportflugzeug.
airspace.
Black Monday on Wall
Les
Street.
experts financiers craignent une crise
New York.
mondiale.
Dow Jones plummets 22.6%.
Encuentro en la cumbre en Washington.
Mikhail Gorbatchev et du président américain
Vertrag über
Ronald Reagan.
vollständige Vernichtung aller atomaren Mittelstreckenwaffen der Supermächte
The great powers
unterzeichnet.
destroy short-range nuclear missiles.
Mort de Andy
Andy
Warhol.
Warhol dies at 58 in New
España
York.
espera la llegada de 50.
Bundesbürger geben 10 Milliarden D-Mark
La
für Reisen
mayoría
aus.
procede de Alemania.
Boom in Tourism.
BMW presents the new 7 Series.
1987, a sensational premiere for the new 7 Series. That's in the present. But as far as the BMW design studios are concerned, the future has long since begun.
Sketches of the next model. The goal is to create tomorrow's trends.
Zeitlich nochmal Motorluft zu ziehen und dann größere Niere mit dem weiteren.
The experts' verdict is already clear. The new 7 Series sets standards at the top end of the market. BMW's own success becomes the guideline for the next model.
The basic consideration is that cars are built with people in mind. What changes will life bring in the next few years? How will our surroundings alter? Check it over. Ask critical questions. Probe deeper, again and again. How big should it be? How big can it be? How heavy? What comforts and conveniences will people expect? What innovations really do make sense? All thoughts that go into producing a design in keeping with the times, based on social acceptance and technical expertise.
Teamwork. Experts from the design department, the drafting office, and the model shop are united by the ambitious goal of continuing this successful BMW series. Together, they intend to build one of the best vehicles of its day, yet again.
With our reputation for producing top-class products for decades, we have an obligation to keep up the good work. Perfection in every detail is just as much a tradition here as the future-oriented engineering genius for discovering new solutions.
Auf jeden Fall im Bereich der Frontklappe das Fugenbild möglichst gering zu halten.
This is a mock-up of the outer skin. For the first time, the design sketches take shape in a full-scale model. Following the discreet elegance of the previous model, a car with a slightly different character comes into being. This is how Dr. Wolfgang Reitzle describes it. The new 7 Series is a unique combination of aesthetics, dynamics, and understatement. The lines have been reduced to their essentials. The design embodies timeless elegance. Design work is like cutting and polishing gemstones. We're not happy until all the individual details fit together properly as part of the overall shape.
Headlines.
Grandes titulares.
1988-89年の世界の
Les
情報
importants événements internationaux.
Headlines.
Moscou, 4e rencontre au sommet en
Wende im Ost-Doping-Skandal.
Super sprinter Ben Johnson.
8 años de guerra del Golfo.
The USA is
BMW
back in
7er-Reihe
space.
gewinnt weltweit Auszeichnungen. Bush is new US President. War 62 Jahre auf dem Chrysanthementhron. Earthquake shakes San Francisco.
Chine, mouvement de démocratisation stoppé avec
Chinese
violence.
military violently suppresses mass demonstrations for democracy.
Steffi Graf y Boris
Graf
Becker.
and Becker win on the grass in Wimbledon.
Berlin, la chute du mur.
Das Symbol der deutschen Trennung
After
fällt.
28 years of separation, the border between East and West Germany opens up. The world rejoices over the end of the wall.
An age of radical change. Yesterday's dreams are today's reality. One thing remains constant in all this rapid change: the high technical standards we judge our products by.
Besides the measurements on the track, hundreds of thousands of items of data are fed into the computer from the test rig. These are always reproducible, regardless of climatic influences. Here's a highlight of technical development, the completely new integral link rear suspension. This level of directional stability was unknown in previous designs. It improves both comfort and safety. In the past, all that mattered was the power and torque of an engine. Nowadays, low pollutant emissions and fuel consumption have taken on greater meaning. BMW engines meet these demands magnificently. Long before the car goes into series production, every single part is tested right down to the last detail. Torture BMW style. Many of these elaborate test rigs were especially developed by us. The electronics lab. This is where all the functions are simulated on what we call the electrical reference vehicle. Compulsory exercise for all BMW prototypes. 10,000 kilometers or 6,200 miles non-stop on the legendary North Loop of the Nürburgring. There isn't a racetrack in the world that puts a greater strain on materials. In real-life tests or in simulations on the rolling road test bed.
Serie. Serie 16. Noch 10 Sekunden.
A merciless wear test for the new high-performance brakes. The test drivers have to negotiate the 48 hairpin turns down to the valley in a precisely determined time. The brakes haven't passed the final test unless they still bite hard at the foot of the Stelvio Pass in the Italian Alps.
Safety is written with a capital S in every BMW. Everything is put through the mill. No part is too insignificant, no effort too great. With its safety concept first, fully integrated road safety technology, BMW sets itself the strictest standards. No wonder BMW cars are among the safest in the world.
Headline, 1990, 1991. Cape Town. Nelson Mandela is freed after 20 seconds.
Alemania se proclama en Italia campeón mundial de fútbol.
Après 3 ans de travaux,
Connects Great Britain and France.
Guerra por Kuwait.
Iron Lady resigns. Operation Desert Storm. Burning oil fields in Kuwait. Threatening collapse of the
dislocation du
eco-balance.
pacte de Varsovie.
Reichtum Kuwait befreit. Saddam Hussein Civil war breaks out in
El
Yugoslavia.
reformista radical Yeltsin se instala en la Casa Blanca en Moscú como
Coup
presidente
d'etat
de la Federación
fails.
Rusa.
Yeltsin is now the strongman in Moscow.
The time has come for the long series of road trials. Now, the engineering and technology must prove themselves under extreme conditions, not just in the climate chamber.
One of the test programs takes the camouflaged prototypes to the icy cold of the far north.
No test bed and no instrumentation can replace the human being. So BMW places great value on the subjective impressions that the engineers and test drivers obtain on their test runs.
Before the very first 7 Series comes off the production line, the prototypes and pre-production cars have already clocked up over 2 million kilometers, or 1.25 million miles between them. Not all the routes are decided in advance. For reasons of secrecy, a change of plan from time to time is a good idea.
The end of a hard winter. The trials in the deep freeze north of the Arctic Circle are complete. Now it's midsummer in California's aptly named Death Valley. Oven-like temperatures of over 50 degrees Celsius or 122 degrees Fahrenheit really put the air conditioning and the engine to the test.
Now a fatigue test for components. The same motions are repeated over and over again for hours, days, weeks on end. Half-time along the hard road to the premiere of the new 7 Series. Professor Joachim Milberg takes stock. In our considerations on the design and construction of a new car, the human element occupies a central position from 2 points of view. As customers and of course also as employees. Our customers expect very high standards of quality, safety, comfort, driving characteristics and modern automotive technology in general. Their requirements are met by highly qualified and highly motivated teams in the development, planning and production departments, all working in close cooperation. And of course BMW makes use of the latest state-of-the-art production methods and equipment. In addition, cars are an important means of assuring individual mobility. That's a special reason why we have to minimize the strain on the environment resulting from their use and production. Low-pollution cars which are easy to recycle, economical use of resources, and environmentally compatible manufacturing processes are all important goals for us.
Lower fuel consumption, cleaner exhausts, less noise. Whether measured on the rolling road, in the evening rush hour in Munich, or in the anechoic chamber, environmental compatibility is the result of hard work. Only by investing time and effort can we serve as a shining example.
Here's a navigation test in the seclusion of the Alps. The satellite antenna for determining location seems rather out of proportion, but soon an inconspicuous electronic navigator will guide the BMW to its destination. The computer works out the ideal route without any unnecessary detours. This saves fuel, pollution, and frayed nerves.
Die Schlagzeilen des Jahres 1992-93. Eine halbe Million Menschen bei der Eröffnung von Euro Disney in
Ouverture
Frankreich.
d'Euro Disney aux portes de Paris.
Environmental Summit in Rio brainstorms
Sin
strategies
solución todavía para los
Hurricane
problemas
Andrew
ecológicos más urgentes.
Schließt Serbien und Montenegro aus der UNO aus.
Bill Clinton is the 42nd president of the United
クリン
States.
トンがアメリカ合衆国の
Clinton
新大
del
統
Partido
領
Demócrata es el nuevo presidente de los Estados
Allemagne,
Unidos de América.
démonstration contre l'extrême droite et la
Germans use a
xénophobie.
chain of flight to take a stand against hostility toward foreigners.
Dinosaurs conquer the screen. Steven Spielberg's
Mode
Jurassic
betont die
Park
grenzenlose
is a
Freiheit.
box office smash.
Sydney est désignée pour être la prochaine ville olympique.
Incendios de grandes proporciones devastan el sur de
The
California.
Olympic Games for the year 2000 to take place in Sydney.
The previous model was already an example of timeless elegance. The new 7 Series has remained faithful to its classic lines, yet manages to look even more refined, more perfect. Technical refinements make the interior even more comfortable.
Final preparations for the launch held in strictest secrecy. The high standards that went into developing this car are continued in the presentation. These photos were taken in the seating buck, as it is popularly known. Painstakingly hand-built, it reproduces every detail of the interior. The exterior shots were taken almost simultaneously. Photo session in the open-air studio. High walls keep out unwanted spectators. Creating the illusion of shots on the move. A month later, change of scene. International backdrop for a car destined for the world market. The new 7 Series is the star of a film.
Let's do it. Go.
Get in, sit back, and feel at ease. The beautiful bodywork, with its sensible overall dimensions, conceals a luxurious and spacious interior. The new 7 Series. elegant and prestigious. Superior understatement at the top end of the market. The new yardstick for modern engineering perfection.
All systems go for the new 7 Series. The long years of intensive development are behind us. BMW chairman Bernd Pischetsrieder has this to say about the top model. Our goal is to be number 1 in the luxury car class, to supply the right product to a clientele with new ideas of what a luxury class car should be. The new 7 Series turns these ideas into reality. We are not out to impress with size, but rather to reinforce inner values. Above all, that comes down to providing even more safety, even more comfort, and even more elegant design.
L'Europe centrale est de nouveau balayée par de violentes tempêtes.
日経平均株価が持ちこたえる東京、ニューヨーク、ロンドンの大きい衝撃。
Welcome to the early morning news on WKA. It's now 5 a.m.
The new upper class at the Bavarian Motor Works was recently presented to the public. The new 7 Series is slated to carry on the string of successes inaugurated by previous models.
Times and values have changed faster than ever before.
New large-scale BMW, so the engineers in...
If you want to build successful cars, you have to recognize the needs and desires of the customer and take social changes into account.
Yeah, you wouldn't read about it.
The new BMW 7 Series is today's answer.
Timeless elegance in appearance, combined with valuable technological innovations. The new BMW 7 Series. New dimensions of driving refinement.